Hey guys, Bob here from Raw Strength and Muscle, and today we're going to talk once again about the difference in mindset between the top 1% and the bottom 99% of the world's population, okay? And specifically, we're going to talk today about the fact that the top 1% does not understand scale, okay? They don't understand the difference between like a large amount of money to invest or a small amount of money to invest. They don't understand the difference between trying to make a little bit of money and trying to make a lot of money. And that is one of the major differences, okay? So what I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna explain it to you just so you understand the concept, and then I'm gonna give you a very famous, very practical example of the top 1% not recognizing the concept of scale, okay? So let me go ahead and put it like this. Let's say I were to go ahead and tell you that like you have a way to make $1 million, okay? But you have to invest $10,000, okay? Would you do it? Okay, 99% of the people in the world would never, ever, ever do that, okay? First of all, they wouldn't find a way to get $10,000 to invest to make $1 million. Second, even if they had $10,000, they would be scared to go ahead and do it. They would be scared to take the money that they have that they don't need. It's just being in a savings account somewhere. They would be scared to take that $10,000 and invest it to make $1 million, okay? Now, at the same time, if I were to go ahead and say, you know, go ahead and make me some eggs, they would go ahead and make eggs. They wouldn't really care, you know? Now, the point is, the reason they don't invest the $10,000 is because A, they don't believe that they could really, you know, invest that much money and then get that much money out, okay? And at the same time, they also are scared, like instead of thinking, what would happen if this worked, okay, and I made $1 million from $10,000, they would be thinking the whole time, what if I lose my $10,000? What if I lose my $10,000? What if I lose my $10,000? And that's why they wouldn't do it. But the same thing can happen when you make eggs. If I were to say, hey, make me some eggs, like there's a chance that you're going to be making the eggs and you're going to drop the eggs and you're going to lose the eggs. Now, of course, you're thinking to myself, that's like a couple bucks. Like, who cares? Then what? I'll go to the store with another, you know, $2, and I'll go ahead and buy some eggs, and then I'll come home and I'll try cooking the eggs again. And this time I'll be careful that I don't drop the eggs. You know, there's a chance you could burn the eggs. It's like, well, okay, I would probably figure out what I did to burn the eggs, and then I would go ahead and buy new eggs for $2, and I'd go ahead and cook eggs, but this time I wouldn't burn them, and I'd make them the second time. It's only $2. But the thing is, like when it becomes $10,000, you shit yourself and you're scared to even try. Whereas the top 1% has the exact same mindset about investing $10,000 or $100,000 or $100 million as you do, okay, by investing, so to speak, $2 worth of eggs. Like, a millionaire would basically look at this like, well, what happens if I lose my $10,000? So I don't know. I'd go ahead and just get another $10,000 and I'd invest it again. And this time I wouldn't lose it. I'd just pay attention to the mistake I made last time. And I'd go ahead and I just, you know, do it. I'd make it happen. Okay. Now, like I said, I know it seems easy like this. Well, there's a big difference between $10,000 and $10 million and $2 worth of eggs. Well, guess what? Arnold Schwarzenegger, okay, he wrote one of the greatest books on the law of attraction called Total Recall. It was his autobiography, and he lived his life according to the law of attraction. He manifested everything into his life, okay? He is a self-made millionaire. He was a self-made millionaire before he married a Kennedy. He was a self-made millionaire before he made a single movie, before he became the highest paid actor in all of Hollywood, okay? And he was a self-made millionaire completely independent of the fact that he was one of the greatest Olympia bodybuilders of all times, okay? Because the most he made was just a couple $1,000s from that. How did he become a self-made millionaire? Real estate, okay? He became a self-made millionaire through real estate. And what was one of his very first deals? Well, he had a little bit of money, okay? He had a little bit of money because he was doing like, you know, selling how to get big arm courses in magazines. He sold, after a while, he started selling like weightlifting belts and stuff in magazines through classified ads, okay? He and his friend Franco Colombo, okay, they had a business together where they had like a European bricklaying business where they would go ahead and like build up walls and stuff like that, okay, as contractors, okay? And so he took the little bit of money that he had doing those two little businesses, and he invested it when he got a deal, okay? He heard like got a tip that they were building an international airport in the middle of the desert. Okay. Now, the reason they were building a international airport in the middle of the desert is because that was right when supersonic passenger jets came out and became a big thing. So they were planning on building an international airport in the desert where they could have sonic booms when they went into supersonic speeds without, disturbing anyone, because it's in the middle of nowhere. Now, obviously, the idea is if you take your money and you buy this land in the desert, you're turning lead into gold. It costs X dollars right now, but when they went to build the airport, it's going to be worth a lot more. So he took whatever money he had. Franco Colombo took whatever money he had. They put it together. They bought land in the desert, and what happened? Well, what happened is there was a new law passed that you're only allowed to break the sound barrier over the ocean. Okay, you're not allowed to do it over land. So the proposal to do this in the desert, okay, so the sonic boom wouldn't bother anybody, basically that fell through, because why do they have to build a new airport in the middle of the desert when they could use a normal airport and only go into supersonic speeds when they were over the desert? Over the ocean. So the bottom line is he invested all this money in desert land, and it did not exactly become Vegas, okay? He invested all this money in desert land, and all he had was money in desert land, okay? Instead of buying lead and turning it into gold, he bought lead and it just stayed lead, and he lost basically all of his money. It was worthless. Okay, so what did he do? Did he shit himself? No, he did the same thing that you would do if you tried to make some eggs and you dropped a couple eggs. He basically went back and got $2 more of eggs and tried again, okay? Or in his case, what he did is I think he borrowed some money from his friend Joe Weider, okay? And, who owned Muscle and Fitness magazine, who ran the Olympia, who owned this great supplement stuff. He was like his protege, okay? At one point, Joe Weider was actually sad because he wanted basically Schwarzenegger to take the company over for him, and he wanted to go his own way, but he was like a son to him. So basically, he let him borrow some money again, and then he bought like an apartment building, okay? He did well, and then I think he started doing, I don't know if he like sold his apartment building or refinanced it, but basically he did one deal using borrowed money. After he lost every cent he had, he went right back and just continued investing in real estate, okay? This was a different deal in a different location, but the fact remains he lost everything, okay? Now, Franco Colombo, I don't know much about him. I do know that he led a wonderful life, okay? Basically what happened is he was born not even in Italy. He was born in on an island offshore of Italy in the Mediterranean, ended up meeting Arnold when they were working in Munich, Germany, okay? The Austrian and the Italian were working together in a gym. So when Schwarzenegger came over, he told Joe Weider, like, no, you got to get this Colombo guy. He's pretty cool too. So Colombo came over because of Schwarzenegger. Like I said, they had this bricklaying business together, like this, whatever business together, construction, and they invested in this desert deal, okay, together, lost their money together. I don't think Franco Colombo continued, okay. Now he became a doctor of chiropractic, okay, so he actually did pretty well. He went from an island off of Italy to Munich, which is a big city in Germany, to living in California, to becoming Mr. Olympia once, to, just living his life, becoming a doctor, having a pretty good life. But he did not get elevated to the level that Schwarzenegger did. And the reason why is because Schwarzenegger just did not understand the concept of scale. Okay. So this is basically, what I'm saying here. It's like, it's like the whole thing that I used to say, like my whole life, if you could walk down, you could walk down the sidewalk and not be scared. Like, oh my God, I'm going to fall off the sidewalk. Like, dude, it's like 3 feet wide. How are you going to fall off this sidewalk? But go ahead and put the sidewalk like 100 feet up in the air. And if you fall off the sidewalk, you're going to die. And suddenly everybody's scared shit to walk down a sidewalk, even though you walk down. I mean, how many people have fallen off of a sidewalk in their entire life? You don't even think about it. I mean, it's wide. There's plenty of room to walk on a sidewalk. But if you put it 100 feet up in the air, you get scared just because you're afraid of what would happen, okay? I mean, and it's still the same sidewalk. So the point is here, Schwarzenegger lost everything that he had in this deal, went back and did another deal. Just like I said, just like you would do if you tried to make some eggs and you burnt them or dropped the eggs on the floor or something like that. Oh, well, good. I'm just going to get $2 together and try again. Well, he just got $100,000 or whatever, lost it. And then he went ahead and he got another $100,000 and he tried it again. Okay. And I think that's actually an accurate number. It was probably about $100,000, I think, that he invested in the apartment building. And this was like the 60s, maybe the very early 70s that he did it. And because of that, like I said, he actually built up and became a millionaire, a multi-millionaire before he became an actor, before he married a Kennedy. So for all the people that are saying, well, if I was married to a Kennedy, no, you wouldn't, okay? And like I said, and if you weren't a millionaire, you probably wouldn't be dating a Kennedy, okay? We're gonna take her to the Dollar Tree to buy her a $1 fucking Happy Meal at goddamn McDonald's, okay? And it has nothing to do with money. It has to do with the fact that you would be scared to invest like Schwarzenegger. You would be scared to invest, so you wouldn't invest, so you wouldn't ever make it big. And because of that, that's the problem. It's because you're scared. It's not to do with like, oh, well, you need money to buy fucking Kennedy pussy. It has to do with you need to have some fucking balls. If you got the balls, you're going to get the fucking money, okay? Like Scarface said. So anyway, like I said, that's the bottom line I'm trying to make here. Like there's no difference between failing small and failing big. But there is a huge difference between winning small and winning big. So if you're going to have an opportunity to go ahead and try to do something and that could possibly change your life, but you don't have any guarantee of results, you need to jump on it anyway. That's how you get a top 1% physique. You know, like I said, I mean, I keep talking about like this first physique transformation that I made. You know, I was fat as fuck and I wanted to get shredded. I want to get lean as hell. I had less than 4 months to do it so I could be lean and shredded and ripped and have a six-pack before my 40th birthday. And I did it, okay? Most people would think about it and realize, oh, well, that's 4 months. How am I going to do this? I didn't think about how it's not going to work. I didn't think about how I couldn't do this. I basically just set into my mind, I want to achieve this. How do I achieve this? And instead of wasting time thinking about what could go wrong, I was thinking, I was investing my time by thinking about what I need to do it right. Okay. Instead of doubting myself and saying, I might as well eat horse shit today. I might as well miss a gym session today because I'm not going to really accomplish anything anyway. I was just thinking, okay, today I need to stay on my diet. Today I need to get my sleep. I need to drink my water. I need to take my supplements. I need to, you know, get on my workout. I need to give my workout 100%. And that's the reason why. Okay. Instead of thinking about why it's not going to work, think about that it will work. And let's say that I didn't get in shape, okay, in 4 months, and I wasn't shredded for my 40th birthday. Okay, let's say that it took 6 months, okay? So I got shredded 2 months after my 40th birthday. Guess what? I still would be a shredded fucking 40-year-old, okay? So at the end of the day, you know, like I said, the top 1% just doesn't realize the difference between losing a little bit of money and losing a big amount of money. Just like the bottom 99% doesn't understand the differences between trying to make a little bit of money and trying to make a huge amount of money. Anyway, like I said, if you guys are interested in getting a top 1% physique, go ahead and check out my group coaching, my one-on-one coaching, or my workout programs down in the description. Aside from that, comment down below. I love to hear you guys' feedback on this. And thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video.